Well, Butsy's bought a new dance move to BackChat.
He's been thinking about that all week.
Sam Butler's in the house, everybody. Hi, Sam.
Hi, Will.
All right, let me do my introduction.
Great to have me
back.
back.
I know. You are a genuine idiot. BackChat across socials. You know where to find us. BackChatPodcast.com.au. All the good stuff. Thanks to our supporters and partners, Whippersnapper, Shelter, BlueBet, Margaret River Roasting, Leaderville Cameras, and Dean Bradley. That's right. Not just a brand, a man.
Yep.
Dean Bradley is a local real estate man here in Perth, here around the Leaderville, Mount Hawthorn, all these nice areas here. So, look, I don't know what you're doing. If you're listening, you're watching, you want to buy a house, Dean's our man.
I've already committed to going to Dean.
Have you?
Yep.
Good.
Yeah, in the next couple of years, it's happening. It's going to
Buying
Dean.
or selling?
Podcast, no los dos.
Both.
Yeah.
I'm a real estate mogul. Stop asking questions. King of Mount Hawthorn. See him around everywhere. What a man.
Great. Dean Bradley's
Love
on
it.
board. So if you are in the real estate game, if you are buying, you're selling, contact us. We'll put you in touch with Dean. He's going to be supporting the podcast. He's actually partnered with us for one of our
Great segs.
little segments coming a little later on. So we're going to get into that later, but wanted to say, what's up, Dean? Thanks for supporting us, mate. Patrons, we love you. Great bloody job there. Are you a patron yet, Sam Butler? Don't you nod your head?
I'm not.
You're
I don't know how to do it, though. Send me the link.
okay. You're not really that.
You can find it at backchatpodcast.com.au. There's
That's
a
correct.
massive thing that comes up.
You guys have a website.
All our discount codes go over there for our patrons from our sponsors. I wonder what sort of discount Dino can whip up.
Ooh,
10%
free houses.
10% off
10% off
a
a house. Now, okay.
Wave the stamp duty.
Okay, off the
that,
top of
put
the show. Sam Butler,
Yes, Will.
are you a beeper?
A beeper?
Yeah, do you beep? Do you beep your horn while you're driving?
No, never.
Never.
Unless there's someone that I want to get their attention off on the side that I know. Never in
in
anger.
anger?
No.
Ever.
Not a beeper.
Yeah.
Very placid man.
Do you know what? I did know that. I knew that.
Great.
Dan Const, are you a beeper?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah, like once a month?
Nah. Probably once a day. I'll jump on the horn.
Where do you have to be out of 10 to beep? Does it have to be a
Oh,
serious
quick trigger.
misdemeanor by then?
No,
Or
no,
is
Once a
it-
day.
Once a day? So you're like a 1 out of 10.
Quick trigger, yeah.
Someone's slightly too far into
Okay.
the right of the lane and you're beeping them. Get back in the middle.
When
Is that what we're talking about here?
think about this, Samuel. When were cars invented? What year, roughly?
1902.
Yeah, sure.
Actually?
From 1902, let's say they've had horns on cars for reasons. They don't put them on there for fun, just in case. Like, it's part of the car. You got your windscreen wipers, you got your flickers, what are they called, indicators. You got a horn. Like, use the full kit.
Wow. So you think the horn, you're just using the horn because it's there and it needs to be used.
Yeah, it's what else is it there for? If you guys aren't, I can't touch the sacred horn. Like, push the button.
I don't know if that stacks up. Yeah. Gun lobbyists might think that in America. Or you got it, use it as much as you can. It's there. What else is it there for? Start shooting things.
What?
It's there to be used at the right time.
When was
What's the right time?
When was the last time you used your horn? When was
Today.
the last time you beeped?
When I drove today.
You only use your horn if you're about to run over a mother and her 3 kids. Please get out the way.
Warning.
That's it. Yeah.
It is
I
there
just
for
saved a
warning.
life. It's a lifesaver.
What did you beep your horn over today?
Was going into the airport and I usually would just do the pickup. You know, you don't have to get a ticket. But this time I went in,
Oh, nice.
I went to the airport and got a ticket. So while I was waiting in waiting in line to get a ticket from someone, I swear the person was just like fumbling around with their phone or something. Like, there was no hand out the window trying to push the button. And I'm sitting there going, what's
How
going on?
long? How long were you talking?
8 seconds. I'm like, it's what do you do? Like, you walk up, you drive up, hand out the window, push the button, grab your ticket, drive off. Like, I got things to do, man. Don't keep me waiting.
Don't leave me waiting for 8 seconds.
Oh, wow.
And so I just give them a beep, and then about half a second later, they put their hand out the window, grab it, push the button for the ticket. Like, then the beep worked.
Right. So if here's a classic one.
Yeah.
You're at a red light, light goes green. Guy in front of you doesn't move.
Yep.
What are we?
What do you do? What do you
8
do?
seconds is quite a long time.
What do you do?
Sometimes I'll stay there until it goes red again.
See, I don't like that either.
No, so
Get a fight
do I underbeep? Yes. Does it obviously then overbeep?
Dan's a psychopath.
Obviously. It's somewhere
learnt
in
that.
between. So how long are you giving them? Are you literally like, it's
Okay, let me
red,
just think. Okay, so it's gone green. Beep.
early? Very early.
Well, if they haven't figured out that it's green, like, what are you doing? What are you looking at?
Beep and expletive inside the
Does
car?
your wife-
Or are you a controlled beep?
Does your wife...
No, it's like, beep.
What's long?
beep?
That's not that
That's
long.
an aggressive beep. That is an
If
aggressive.
it's too short, they don't hear it. Or they're like, yeah, actually, you know what I sometimes do? This is great. Sometimes if it's at the, at the
Right,
lights.
better be great.
All right, new segment. When was the last time you beeped? Send us an email, hello@backchatpodcast.com.au. Are you a beeper?
I'll give you this little tip that I've learned over years of beeping. If you're at the lights.
Daily beeping.
And you,
Daily.
And you want to beep someone, you beep, right? And then the first thing you do, you look behind you, like make it really obvious. So the people in
So you're beeping and you don't want to even own the beep.
You're not owning the beep.
so the people in front are like, and I'm like looking back like, who the heck's beeping?
Yeah, what's up with
You
this
are
guy,
cute.
impatient guy
So
behind
I've been having a good laugh here. I thought it was quite funny. You're beeping your horn and you won't fucking own it.
Most of the time I own it, but if you just want to dab, like put your
If
foot
they
in.
turn around and they've got a beard and tattoos, and what's this guy behind me on about? I'm with you, mate.
all
That was
right.
half a second.
If you found yourself
Jeez.
here, you don't know where you are on BackChat. We're talking about beep and horn. Sam
chat.
Butler's in the house again. We're going to make this some sort of regularity. People, I will say, I didn't give it much of an introduction last week. You did just lob onto the podcast. People are saying, bring Butsy back.
Yep.
As you can imagine.
Yeah. Yes, we can.
You've been brought back.
Yeah.
You're
Give the people what they want.
Yes.
That's all I'm here for.
I've been doing that for years. Now, let's get into a little bit of BackChat. We announced last week on the podcast we'd be doing the best, worst mascot in the history of the AFL for a chance at a backpack, a BackChat back, a BackChat pack. Say that 10 times.
Backpack.
Backpack,
Yeah,
which
backpack.
is merch, whippersnapper, shelter, binoculars, some sort of discount from a house. Maybe a house. We'll put a house in there from Dino Bradley. And
Free rent for 12 months.
Yes, that's correct. So, a BackChat pack on the line. You jump on our stories on Instagram, BackChat_, and you vote each week for your chance to bring someone into the middle. At the end of it all, we'll pick someone out of a big bad barrel. So 20 mascots came into round one. There was some big matchups. Grinder, the Freo Docker,
Oh, yeah.
versus Rick the Rock.
I like his app, by the way.
You like his
His what? His app.
Tits Tinder, but it's Grinder. Yeah, you would like that. Yeah. Anyway.
I just respect that you did it.
Yeah, very good. Now, Freo Docker Grinder well and truly got over the line there. I was just going to try and pull him up to show Butsy as we go.
Yeah, I've got him here. So, yep, there's grind. It looks like a classic Grinder.
Wow.
Wharfie, one eye closed. He gets over the line easily from Rick the Rock.
He's seen some stuff.
Tommy Power versus Kanga the Kangaroo. Not a lot of ingenuity for the Kanga. It's a big blockhead. He gets the win done. 84% of the vote there. Bernie Vegas
They put that off Brad Ebert, by the way.
just beats D-Man.
Bernie Vegas.
Bernie Vegas.
Surely just for the name.
Bernie
That's
Vegas, the
fantastic.
Brisbane Lions. So he
Yeah.
gets over the line. Gary Clifford. Why is it Gary Clifford? Gary Clifford, Gold Coast Suns, GC. Gary Clifford's just a must.
Would that be after Gary? It was Gary Ablett, their big signing, right?
Well, yeah, but like, what's Clifford got to do with it? Like, who's Gary Clifford? This is literally just Gary Clifford.
That's fantastic.
It's a bloke. So he's beaten Trevor St Kilda. He's beaten him. Jock One-Eyed Magpie has absolutely dominated the Crow here. It's a shocking mascot.
Just a
from the
crow.
Collingwood.
It's a big mouth.
Yeah, it's a really big mouth. And last of all, Charlie Blue Carlton, just a bloke in a really poorly
Looks
knitted
like a
suit.
What's the superhero that looks exactly like that?
Captain
Captain America.
But he's
Does
like
too.
dressed. Yeah, he's dressed as a blue. He gets the win, so they'll progress. And G-Man,
Siggy.
the
G-Man.
G-Man beats Siggy the Swan.
Siggy.
I voted for Siggy.
Yeah, same.
Siggy the Swan, just a
Wow.
swan
I
there.
thought Siggy
And
would smoke
Tiger
him.
Stripes die goes down to Moz Skeeter Reynolds, who's a giant mosquito.
Who? Essendon.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
So if you
Okay.
want to enter that, you want a chance to win your BackChat pack, you jump on our socials, vote across stories. We're going to be running that all month this month. Now, what has been permutating across the league? Word or not word?
It's
No,
a
it's
word,
good.
just not pronounced like that.
Okay, perfect. You want to go?
Permutating.
Thank you.
That's what you
I
said.
Josh, well, what's the word?
Permutating.
Okay. Josh Kennedy may or may not be playing his last game against Adelaide. Here, last home game, of course, West Coast Eagles play the Freo Dockers in a derby, a away derby, and Geelong in Geelong. No one's finishing their career Geelong in Geelong. I will say that. Happy with that.
Yep.
Josh Kennedy plays his last game for Adelaide. Any memories of Josh along the journey for you,
Do I have any memories
Yeah,
of Josh?
Give me a memory of Josh Kennedy. I told a story with Sean Darcy,
Yeah.
which will be the guest interview this week. Sean Darcy, Freo Dockers, about the ghosts. Can you remember when Scott Selwood and Josh Kennedy were the ghosts for an entire year?
That was fantastic.
No one knew who they were.
I have not thought about that for 10 years.
No, yeah. So they would run around in sheets.
Yeah.
And they would do weird
Ransack
things.
people's houses.
They sold Matt. They took
steal
Matt,
people's dogs.
Yeah, Matt Road. That's what cooked it for them. But anyway,
Yeah,
they
that was
got through.
bad. Yeah.
What was Kenners like as a team? You know, I don't know. Speak some nice things about Josh Kennedy.
Yeah, do we
You
want
don't
to
have
go
to.
nice or not so nice?
Not so nice to be great.
Not so nice?
Yes.
Well, I have to say, first and foremost, is one of the greatest teammates, purely for his team ethic. For a forward, would always put the team first. One of the hardest working guys I've ever played with. Josh, he's been through so many fads. He was a vegetarian for a while. Yes. He's sworn off chocolate before.
He did 3 C's. He did chocolate, coffee, and chips.
Really?
None of those. He did the 3 C's.
All at once?
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
He sold beds. He's run a removalist company. He's floating in tanks.
Yeah. He's done a lot of
Yes,
things.
he was floating in tanks.
I think he still floats in tanks.
Yes.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, when you're getting free floats.
But look, not one for personal accolades, except when on footy trip. So I made the mistake of rooming with Joshy probably my first 3 or 4 footy trips.
Did you?
And I've never seen someone more committed to winning best on.
How do you go about that, winning best on a footy trip? How do you strive for that?
Well,
because people don't strive to win the Brownlow medal; they just win it. Does Josh Kennedy strive to win the best on ground?
And how is it decided who is best on?
Yeah,
it's multifactored.
Okay.
It's multifactored. You might be able to win a night's best on for one heroic act.
Okay.
Doing something outside the norm.
Very funny.
Very funny, very stupid. You know, all
illegal.
Spider-Man
anything
on a bus.
All that kind of stuff.
Good, yes.
But to win over the 4 days, normally you need some
longevity.
Longevity.
It usually goes to someone who's always there.
Always there. Yeah. So that was Kenner's play. So like anyone that's working towards anything hard, it's about work rate. Wake up early in the morning. So I'd room with it. This is my mistake. I'd think, hey, we'll be at the pub at midday. We'll start. No. Joshy's up at 8 a.m.
Yes.
Kicking me, getting down there, calling the right people, and it starts. And also, as much as he wanted to win it, the shatter for someone that didn't like personal accolades, how shattered he was at the end of every footy trip when he didn't get voted in. He'd go into like hibernation for 2 weeks. It would kill him. It would kill him. Next year, bro, I'm thinking about doing this, and this to see if I can. Like, it'd be like taking it seriously, like a plan.
We had like yellow jerseys. We had a golden jacket. We had like a golden chalice. Chris Marston lost, I will say.
Yep.
Lost. It was chained to you with a metal chain, and he still lost. He was a star on footy trips. I've seen a bit of rumbling on social media. Beard up for JK. So everyone beard up for JK. I don't know how quickly
how do
you
you
turn
beard
that
up?
I need months' notice for that.
Yeah, I mean,
Give me a year.
I mean, you're bearding right now.
Or just grow up more.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. It's been thrown out there. Beard up for JK in his last game. Subiaco. I mean, Optus Stadium. Last game. Get around the big
Get your
fella.
beards on.
What are they going to do for him in his last home game? Are they going to
What do you do for people?
Motorcade?
Big things.
I don't know.
For
I mean, you were.
what big?
Weren't you in
ones
this
we had?
department? Isn't this what you were doing? You were cancelling banners and
Nah,
throwing it.
well, for my very short stint in that department, we didn't have anyone good retire.
Okay.
So no one cared.
Very
But I
good.
think testimonials, normally they have a testimonial for the real big ones. I'm assuming JK will probably get one of those.
Yes. Did you get one of those?
These kind of placard things that you've got behind you are about Bunga's 250th. They'll have a
Yes.
thanks JK or something like that
Maybe a beard.
going around.
Maybe a beard.
Maybe a beard
yep.
on a piece of paper that says thanks JK.
Now, well done, Josh. If he does finish, congratulations. Any final words? What are your memories of him, Dan?
Meeting him at his house once, thinking that maybe we're going to potentially be best mates. That was a big deal for me.
How'd that go for you?
It didn't end up happening, but I did for about 30 minutes. I thought about renting somewhere behind his house purely just because I was like, mate, at night I'll just go hang out with Josh Kennedy. We'll just play FIFA.
Were you clicking over something?
I was berating him about not going for the Coleman medal in the last game of the season. He was down by 4 goals, and I said, "You got to like." It was. I think it might be wooden spoon year. or the year after. It wasn't good.
And what do you mean he wasn't going for it? Was he just
I said to him, mate, you're gonna like give us something. Like it's been a pretty shitty season.
Yeah.
You're gonna go for He's like, I don't even know. I didn't even have goals kicked. I don't know how far off I am.
No,
I wonder why you two didn't become best mates. You berated him on his driveway.
Berating him.
I was on his driveway. Yeah.
Now, okay, well done, Josh. Good job. All right, yeah, nice little drink for Josh. There you go.
Cheers. Bids up.
Thank you, Whippersnapper. Now, this came across my desk earlier on today, a little bit earlier in the week. Aston Villa, not a friend of the family,
No.
but kind of irrelevant, so who cares?
Yep, agreed.
Their fines sheet, right? So I've got in my hot little hand what their fines are for. You want to
Are
hear
their
some of
fines
them?
funny like ours? Or are they legitimate fines?
Late for training. How
That's
much?
not
How much
funny.
would late for training be?
$4.
€500.
500.
€500 for that. Late for meeting. Walk. The captain's running to me, or coach on match day. How much is that? Late for meeting. Anything on match day. €1,000.
1,000.
There's a lot of late stuff. There are a lot of late stuff.
Yeah.
Leaving plates, cups, and at dining table, not cleaning up after yourself.
How much?
So have a guess.
€1,000.
€100 an item. One knife equals one item. So
No.
knife, fork, plate, 100 every time. Illegal parking, €100 plus the fine that you have to pay. A lot of
Illegal parking.
No flip flops in shower.
Oh, so
What
they want.
What about tinea?
You have to.
They
you
want
have
the
to,
tinea.
no, you have to wear. If you don't wear them,
Yeah.
€100.
Oh,
What-
right.
What about speedos?
Not reporting by 10 a.m. to doc for new injury or illness, €200. Late for physio, €200. Forgetting recovery leggings,
What a recovery leg?
What?
Like skins.
$50.
Oh, they don't care about recovery over there.
Yellow
you,
card.
you can leave a knife there at $100, but you can not be good at your recovery.
I'm saving the
$50,
best till
you're
last
right,
year. Booked for dissent, so yellow or red cards.
Yeah.
€200.
man. What? That's a massive.
The highlight of the one for me. $50 for every day that it's late. Forgetting cakes on birthdays. What?
Also, everyone has to bring in a cake.
Apparently, and every day that you forget, it's another €50.
That's a good one.
I like
I
that.
like that one at least.
It's really good.
What a boss move would be if you were just like super rich, which they all are, and you just left your plates every time.
Yeah, just
and
pay
walked
for it.
off. It's
Yep.
like
If
I know that someone has to clean that, but they're also going to just make $500 from that.
if sent off, have to take the entire team for a meal within 4 weeks of the red card.
Yeah,
That's good.
Well,
That's
so
good.
how much? What's the highest paying fine from West Coast days?
Certainly not €1,000. Oh,
$50.
it was
$50
like.
to get a 50-meter, wasn't
Were you
it?
there when the wheel came in?
No.
So we bought the wheel in, and you could buy out for things.
Yeah,
so
right.
like there was quite a bit of money for like shaving your head. Like the buyout for that was expensive.
Yep.
So it made you think. It's like maybe $300, $400.
Who would always buy out?
Nick Nanui. Shave your head, mate. Like seriously.
It's a lot. It's whatever that price
Matt
is.
Priddis?
It's worth more to him that hair than commercially than anything else.
Matt Priddis, he would not shave his head.
No, he was also there then.
Yeah, correct. I don't know. Other guys like that, maybe. I don't know.
Cool.
A top 10 list.
Yeah.
I've got written here top 10 list.
Go on, Sam.
What do you want to bring here? Talk to me.
Well, you guys struggle for segments.
No, I actually don't.
90% of the ones I've heard so far are boring. So I thought one good one would be give us what top 10 list you want Dan and Scully to make,
And Butsy, you're here too.
and me if I'm here.
Okay.
Could be anything. What's the top 10 biggest flogs that Scully played against? Great, that's enjoyable. I'd like to know that too.
Hello at backchatpodcast.com.au. Top 10 lists that you want to hit. Just
Anything.
I want to know the top 10 biggest trade value in the AFL
right now.
right now. So trade value, if you own that player, what are you thinking you're getting the biggest swag back for? Picks, whatever you're getting. What's the one you're getting most back for?
It'll be key position, have to be. Young.
Give me the top 10.
Okay.
It's not Dangerfield, is it?
Okay.
Is he a top 10 player? Yes.
So you
But
want
are
like
you getting back 5 first-round draft picks for Patrick Dangerfield? No, he's 35 years old. He's probably not going to play another year.
so you want analytical, but you also want humour.
I want
top 10 flops.
playing.
Top
you have
10
to take in multiple. Yeah, I want some good ones
Yep.
and some funny ones.
Yes.
Send him in.
Yeah.
Let's go through it.
So
Yeah,
for next week,
I really like it.
for next week we need trade value. Is that what we're going
So
with?
start with this one, and then next week we'll start getting stuff through, and we'll do a top 10.
We will put it out on YouTube. We'll do a nice little thing there. You can watch along. I'll
Yep.
give you a top 10 trade value in the AFL. Give me a funny one. You want flogs? You want top 10 flogs?
Oh, I love top 10.
Against or with?
Mix it up.
No, against.
Okay.
We'll go top 10 flogs. And
Yeah.
what constitutes a flog? You know,
What doesn't constitute a flog? So
Okay.
on-field lip,
Yep.
general demeanour,
Yep.
punchable face,
Yep.
all the normal things you think that adds up to flogginess.
very good.
Give it to me.
Okay. This week we'll have top 10 flogs, top 10 trade value. If you'd like a top 10 list by myself, by Sam Butler as well, Dan invigilating,
Yes.
hello at backchatpodcast.com.au. While we're talking about backchatpodcast.com.au, just had a look around, all in our backchat merch.
Oh.
Gotta say, boys,
Does it feel good too?
look at
It's
this.
so soft.
Look at this. Kat, you got a bit of that. Look at that thing there. Look at that. There's a nice little emblem there. Backchat Backman Club. It was the midfield's fault written on my back.
I couldn't like that more.
We only quote Backman things. Backs only is on. It's a green white t-shirt.
On your back.
green, backs only.
It's got so many levels
Backs
to it.
only. I got to get this
Love it.
right one day. Forwards sell memberships.
Yep.
Mids sign sponsorships. Backs win
Premierships.
premierships, baby. Absolutely. So we got those. They're on the
True.
site, backchatpodcast.com.au. I try to draw inspiration from backs around the league. And this popped up today. Mal Michael, great fullback. This is a man, played on some greats, right? Would have
Yep.
played on the very greats. This is a man that took a mark 20 metres out from his own goal, turned around, and was that pissed off with the rest of his team, his coaching staff,
Yep.
the rest of the game, he torped it through his own goals for a rush behind. Like a set shot with no one on the mark. This is a backman.
An icon of the backs club. Right up there with Nathan Bassett for me, with the most backiest bloke of all time.
Can you tell that story in a second? After I tell this, Mel Michael says he's put this out on Twitter as if he's the Prime Minister of Australia, which couldn't be more back behaviour. I'll say, listen to this. I'll say it again and keep saying it until it sinks in.
Great inflection.
Brisbane can't defend. 3 exclamation. Brisbane can't defend. 3 exclamation marks. Without a defensive mindset, they will unravel against the better teams in finals. Defence wins premierships.
Wow.
Mel Michael.
That's his team. I love it.
It's sounding
What
like
a supporter.
Put a picture up of himself playing for Brisbane. He's ripped as. He's a proper backman. That's what we got over at our merch store. What's that story about Bassett?
I love that he's added a picture of himself looking ripped in.
No, he hasn't. That Channel 7 put that up.
Oh, right. So Bassett,
Adelaide Crows.
Nathan Bassett, Adelaide Crows, fullback, just dour.
Would he have played with
Just-
Godra?
He might have had a little bit.
Would
of
have had to have
pressure.
played with
Nah, I don't know if he
Would have had to have
taught
played with Godra, mate.
Yeah, so he's been touched by God, this guy. Tyson Stengline came to our club, and he gave us a little tidbit about it because he was a turbo on the field. And he gave a little tidbit that at the end of one quarter, they got 10 goals kicked against him, and he's dropped to his knees and just shouted to the heavens, "Midfielders!" Anyway, so think about this.
On an AFL field.
On an AFL field. Just yelled at the top of his lungs. Anyway, we're playing in a game in Subiaco, and we're absolutely pumping them. One of those games where you just like, the whole team's like in some kind of flow state. We just couldn't do anything wrong. We're
Yes.
beating them by 15 goals. He had a Mal Michael moment where he's the last defender. He's got the ball. He's running up. He's like on the half back line, like on the square. So looking forward, all players in front of him could have kicked it anywhere. He's looking around. You can see he's jittery. He can't find an option. He has booted it as high as he can. Just kicked it as high as he could and started running back to the goal square going, "Ah!" Just screaming because no one gave him an option, and ran back to defend then when the ball was coming back over his head. Oh, I lost it.
You were
I
playing in
lost
this
it.
game.
Played at that game. I was right near it. And I just see like his mind was frazzling that he didn't have an option to kick it, so he just booted it in the air and ran back.
Backman stories. If
I
we
love
can
that.
find footage of that. What
Oh,
year do you reckon that was
hates
in?
midfielders.
Like 6,
Oh,
5,
early.
6?
5 or 6.
All right, we're gonna try and get some of that for the Backman range.
Adelaide at Subiaco Oval around 0506.
The Backman range, backchatpodcast.com.au/merch. Get hold of some of the back. We should actually say midfielders exclamation mark Nathan Bassett 2005. Very good. You send it. We read it. Brought to you by Leaderville Cameras, our good friends down at Leaderville Cameras. Everything we do here on the podcast is brought to you by them. Microphones, stands, cameras, lighting, computers, anything you need to put your podcast together, they put together for us. So if you do have an interest in that, get down and see Lydio and the team down there. They'll hook you up with printing. They've got printing services upstairs and multi-level. This place is an absolute mansion. They've got upstairs printing, anything you like. You want pictures done. You want brochures. You want business cards. I don't know. You name it.
Coasters.
We print it. Hey?
Coasters.
Yeah, coasters, absolutely. Good stuff. So Leaderville Cameras, they're on Oxford Street in Leaderville. We appreciate their support. If you're doing anything in that realm, we'd appreciate you heading down there too. Now, you send it. We read it. Butsy had to be educated as to what this segment was about somehow. Damo's sort of new in the house. Damo, you send it. We read it. Someone sends it.
We read
Do you
it.
read it?
Absolutely.
There is a sting as well for this.
Or do you know what colour it is?
The thing is called you know it.
You said it, we read it.
Really good. I mean, Damo's come in there really cold and he's hit the right button like an
He's
absolute
nailed it.
pro.
Absolutely
Jam the
nailed it.
volume up. Really good stuff. You send it. We read it. Let's get into it. Rob Bruce.
Hey boys, you got to put up pictures or videos of some of the stories and people you were talking about. Just a little post edit and would add so much quality to the stories. Love the show so far.
Okay, Rob. No, I actually like your inflection and your tone there, Dan. I appreciate that, Rob. I agree with you. The only thing is it does take time. We do spend a lot of time on this podcast. We don't come in and the hour and a half you hear us talking absolute jargon to you, plus the guests, plus the other two Mondays and Thursdays. That's not all we do. We do actually try to do a fair bit behind the scenes. So, Rob, I will put back to you. Sounds like you know what you're talking about. You want to come in and start doing a bit of post-editing video input. I don't know, Dan.
I will say this.
I'd love to have Rob on board. Brucey. Get Brucey.
by
in
the
here.
end of the
exploit
year-
some more people to work for free
Absolutely.
for you. Cool.
By
Yep.
the end of
You're
the
in here,
year,
aren't you?
I will be doing this.
Big laughs from behind the desk.
I'll do this, but by the end of the year, yes, we will make an effort to do this sort of stuff.
So he's spot on. He's correct.
He's correct. It's a lot of work.
Love the attitude. Hate the attitude. Take it on board. Bit of feedback.
No.
Be better. That's all he's asking.
Okay.
Be better.
Yes.
Thank you, Rob. I really appreciate the feedback. I'll take it on board and I'll be better. Rob DeHaas.
Bentley.
No, I think that could be where he's from. But thank you.
Right. Well,
Last name
no
Karen.
one-
That's weird.
no one puts their suburb in you send it. We don't ask for a suburb.
Anyway,
It's not a talkback radio
Maybe that's where he
station.
drives. Who knows? He's just really proud of it.
Maybe.
please rate.
Hey Dan, Charlie, and Scully, and Butsy.
Doesn't say Butsy.
Firstly, loving the pod. It's all I'm listening to at the moment. Got a couple of questions for you, blokes. We've seen the worst jersey and now the worst mascots going on. Now, how about the best local club jersey? And going on a long shot here, but what's the chances of getting my hands on one of the awesome Pill Thunder kits for the collection, or maybe of the Cricket Masters local team kits? That's the Chewett Hill Cricket Club. I don't have one anymore. You blokes definitely need to get Butsy on more regularly. Been pissing myself for a good 5 minutes listening to the latest ep with him in it. Cheers, lads. Keep up the great work.
Can't have been that
Sending
good.
much love.
Can't have been that good. He was on here for an hour. He's only like last for 5
I was initially going to bag him for this is the only podcast he listens to, but he sounds like a very intelligent man now towards the end of that.
Best local club jersey.
Yeah, I like it. I like it because I reckon there'll be some rare jumpers out there. Like, there'll be the Bombers and the Eagles. There'll be all that
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
But there'll be the
some weird
the
ones.
surfboard.
Also names.
North Beach has
Some
a bad
names out.
colour.
North Beach?
Yeah, they got a bad colour scheme, like that
They're like
maroon and mustard.
Blue and yellow.
No,
Oh.
they're yellow and
Maroney. It's like,
Maroney,
yeah.
yeah.
Like Subi.
Yeah,
Literally Subiaco's colours.
not as like, yeah.
no.
Anyways.
Subiaco make it a bit classier, I must admit.
They
You're
do.
right.
Pill Thunder kit. Oh, I do have one of those. Please contact the show for pricing on that. Matt Harris, don't get me started, which we'll get into.
Yes. G'day, team. Don't get me started on the bloody clash jumpers in the AFL. Every other sport in the world manages to have proper clash strips. It's not that hard. Soccer teams in Europe will have 3 totally different strips. But tonight, Friday night, we have purple with red and white versus blue with red and white. Bloody sorted out. The sky won't fall in if you don't wear your traditional colours every week. I'm mixing the segments. $2 fine for Gil for not fixing it. Yours angrily, Matt Cutback.
You were at this game, Sam.
Gil probably has $2 to spare, by the way.
Okay.
I was at that game, and it wasn't Freo's normal jumper. It was a heritage jumper.
That's correct.
So
Retro.
that seems like a faux pas, because it was, I must admit, there was a bit of a clash there.
Was there?
Yeah. You did get slightly confused.
It's even worse on TV.
It's not just to do with the 10 beers I had. It was the jumpers.
I actually don't get the whole clash thing. Like when I look at the teams, I've never thought, gee, I don't know who's who.
Have either
No,
of
I agree
you
with that.
No.
hand passed accidentally
No,
to
no,
it?
no.
Like,
I've never played in a game where I've been confused once in my life.
well, there you
Yeah.
go.
Or even training. Like,
And we had it once where we brought the wrong strip to a Bulldogs game, and we had to play in the wrong
do you
strip.
know
And
which game,
that's
do you know
like
which game was that was?
I don't know what game
My
it was.
first game.
Oh, was it?
Was
my
it?
first game.
Really?
So my first game, Hank,
Yeah.
who probably should, bought the wrong jumpers. Yes.
Pour out a little liquor for your fallen
Hank.
homie.
Good man, Hank. He brought the wrong jumpers, and they literally were identical to the Bulldogs one. So if you see
The
any
most
photos-
identical you can get in the AFL,
Yeah, so the
basically.
same
Light
blue,
blue,
same
light blue.
blue.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
and pretty different shorts, maybe.
No, I think they took the wrong, like blue shorts. It was all wrong.
And like they couldn't. There was no sports stores open. Like there was no that we just had to wear them. And I remember Hank just being filthy. It was my first game as well. It's like, yeah.
Don't get me started about white shorts in the AFL. Why do we need them?
I agree with your point. As a player, never once was there a situation in my entire career, not even game, like situation where I thought that player plays for my team. Like it just.
And I don't think the white shorts have anything to do with that.
No.
Why can't we play any team with our normal traditional kit or away kit with that same
So we're
kit?
actually going quite against what Matty's saying here. Because
No,
Matty's,
I'm against what Matty says, unfortunately.
Yeah.
On Friday, watching the game, yes, I could see what they're saying, but for a playing group, never you don't see it.
yes.
Why white shorts, though? Do we have an answer? Or is it just tradition?
They always used to be really hard to wash. Is it? I remember.
Is that why
Mum-
you want to get
I remember. I remember. Like Mum used to just be slaving away when I was a junior. I'm talking under 12s,
Right.
like Geelong, cold weather,
muddy.
disgusting,
Oh,
foot,
yeah.
and they were black. They'd turn from white to black,
Yeah.
and Mum would get them as white could be every week.
What
It was just what a woman.
woman.
Yeah,
What a
absolutely,
woman.
absolutely. Let's look after our mums. Gosh, Simon Sniffcock. Holy shit.
I
His
know-
name-
Is that a joke?
I know.
I'm
we should be
sorry,
careful,
Simon.
Careful,
Sorry,
careful.
Simon.
If that's his actual last name, then that's his last name. We can't go hard on his.
Simon Sniffcock.
Yeah.
You want to go hard on his what?
He's-
Who you
You
got
said
hard on?
what?
Who you?
let's read the email.
I love
Subject: Clary flopping.
Yes.
Okay.
Simon Sniffcock, Clary flopping. That's what
Yeah, he's definitely not taking the piss, this guy, for sure.
could be.
Okay. It says, Scoey!
It does.
Clary went for another cheeky little flop in the last few minutes. What are your thoughts, mate? Plus, a few players with poor mindsets in the Friday night's game, or was
Yes.
it the wet surface that caused the slips? Sincerely, yeah, Jack.
What's his last name?
Me off. So, I don't think that's legit.
Hey, hold on.
He
He might have
says
had a
don't
name
say
change
it.
halfway through he was writing that. It might have just come through in the email. Oh, good. My name change has finally come through.
I love how I didn't want to read it.
It said
Thank you,
don't
Mr.
say
Mehoff.
it.
It's a very good point.
So, two things. Clary, I did see the flop. He flopped. Who did he flop against? I actually can't think. Fremantle. He went down like an absolute sack of spuds. What was the player? I did see it, and it was yucky behaviour by Clayton. Put it up on social media, and all I said was Clayton, Clayton, Clayton. And then the closest thing to a diving emoji was a scuba mask. So I put the scuba mask. He took a flop, took a dive. He needs to get out of his game. He's a good player. I taught him how to dive, but he's taught himself how to play. So he needs to continue to
You
play.
give yourself not enough credit with that.
Oh, no, I give
You
myself
swung
credit.
that hard at the wind. Like, that was the power in your...
The feather that I produced,
Yeah,
which
yeah.
I saw Jai Cully on the weekend actually produced a very similar feather to what I produced. So
A bit more heat on that feather.
did he get any weeks? I don't know. I believe he did. Maybe.
Well, he's injured as well, so they're saying he probably won't play.
He's
again.
done his hamstring, so yeah, he's out. But the second part of this question, I'm very glad that Sam Butler's in the house on this.
Yes, I'd like
So I got
your,
in a heated argument with Mark Reddings about
on the Shelter Footy cast.
Shelter Footy Cast,
Oh.
which is Monday and
That's good.
Thursdays here at BackChat. about wet weather boots and studs and slipping over in the wet.
Gotcha.
I don't know whether I should tell you my thoughts on it
Mm-hmm.
or you go first and then I'll. I
Yeah,
think
let
maybe
him go. Let him go.
Let's see. I don't
Why
want to
do
influence
players
you.
slip over?
Because they're not very good at standing up. I don't wear screw-ins.
No.
Maybe in my first 2 years when Woosha said, if you don't wear screw-ins and you slip over, I'm basically going to eat you alive. Then yes, I would do it just for the sheer, if something happened, I didn't want Woosha to come down to me, but never again. Because moldeds aren't just one size fits all anymore. Screw-ins are one size fits all anymore. You could have boots that have slightly longer stops and still moldeds.
Yeah.
There's no just screw-ins. And screw-ins are bloody uncomfortable. So people fall over because they don't adjust to the weather, in my opinion, rather than the boots they're wearing.
With their mind, perhaps?
With their mind.
Mindset? Would you say adjusting how you're playing and running with your
Obviously.
mind to the rain and
Yeah.
the slipperiness would
Yeah.
have an impact on slipping over?
Yes, Yoda.
So I went on hard, and Skeet just couldn't get it through his head that it's mindset. It's like you can't run as fast as you usually do when it's wet or if it's slippery or
Stop
if the
and
grass.
turn.
You can't stop and turn. So I gave the example, if you're playing on Cyril Rioli and you're running in a straight line directly behind each other on exactly the same marks, Cyril turns right and doesn't slip over, but then you as the defender slip over behind him. That shows that it's not because it's slippery. It's because Cyril has planted his feet and thought about what he's doing, and you as the defender are just trying to react and like, oh God, now it's slippery. It's mindset.
Yes.
It's.
I think that's, is it
100%
will
mindset?
longer screws help you grip into the ground? Yes. That's probably 10% of it. 90% of it is probably adjusting to the conditions.
Thank you very much.
With your mind, as you put it.
Rest my case. Lewis Young, social media.
Hey boys, it's Louis here. I'm going to say Louis because that's how we spell it for me.
Louis.
Hi, Lewis.
Long time listener, first time emailer.
Excuse
Let me
me.
try that again.
First time speaker.
First time puberty going through a long time listener, first time emailer coming in from Singapore.
Yes.
Got a question for you, for both of you boys. What is your favorite post last night cordial meal? And side note, surely get Sam Walsh on the pod soon. Heard he has posters of Will in his room as a kid. Cheers, boys. Okay.
Will who?
That'll be me.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No way.
I did a bit of
What is your
modelling back in the day. So Sammy's got
Sam
up.
Walsh does not have pictures of
What
him.
is your favourite
boy.
post
Good on.
last night cordial meal? I don't
I don't know.
Post last night. Last night or what?
What's cordial?
Cordial.
What's cordial? Is that what's cordial?
Cordial's like polite. Yeah.
What is your favourite post last night
Last night or
pleasant
what?
meal? I don't know.
But you know what? The rule is you
Late
send
night? Post late night?
it. It might be late night.
Like a night out. What's
Yeah.
the
Okay.
Let's go with that.
Let's go with that.
KFC, obviously. I had it
Is
on
it?
Saturday.
Did you?
But
Yeah.
KFC closes so early. How do you manage that?
Oh, late. Oh, so before you go to bed. Oh,
This
next.
is-
I'm talking next day.
I do that.
Before you go to bed. But obviously, Euros.
Oh,
You're right.
so you're talking next day feed.
Next day. Sorry, I
Sure.
slightly misread the completely.
Night
wrongly
of,
spelt
I'm
yeah.
driving home in the Uber and I'm ordering an Uber Eats in a obviously different car to meet me at home with McDonald's. I've been doing that of late. Goes quite well.
Really?
It's a great combination.
Because Uber reminds you to do that now.
Yeah.
It's like while you're
smart.
driving.
Oh, they know.
Yeah. it
Oh,
goes,
they know.
do you
Oh,
want
they
some
know,
food
mate.
as well?
And they know what you've been doing as well. Like, we
Really?
know where you've been. We know you had a big one.
The usual Will?
Yeah,
Yes, please,
correct.
Uber.
So the next day you're KFC.
Oh, 100%.
Oh,
Every time.
That
Do
would
you
make
want
you feel
something
so
greasy?
much
Do I hate
worse.
myself straight after it? Yes. But that 10 minutes of absolute bliss.
We need to keep moving. Jade
Okay.
Koala. Jade Koala. Again, are we allowed to laugh at that one or not? No.
No, that's obviously
you
their
said
name.
that we read it. Why do the broadcasters continue to show free kicks over and over in slow motion when we actually want to see what the umpire saw that caused the decision? I never knew umpires had the ability to see in slow-mo. Right, I get
So we
it.
want to see it in real time, see what the umpire saw to
Yep,
call the decision.
this is why they called the free kick or why they
I
didn't.
could agree with that. I could agree with that.
No, I don't agree with that one little bit.
Why?
You see it in real time when it happens
Right.
on the screen.
So you want the replay?
You've seen
in
it already
slow-mo.
like that. You've seen it, and the umpire only sees it once. So you've seen it on the screen. You saw it once in real time. That's it.
Yeah, but I
Now
guess
let's analyze it a bit because we have the ability to do that.
Yeah, but then you can
we
determine
just
whether the
why
umpire
don't we
made
just-
the wrong call, but like the umpire doesn't have the ability to see it in slow mo.
Well,
But
we're not doing it for the umpire to reclaim their decision. We're doing it to analyse what the decision was.
Right.
You've seen that in real time. You can make your judgment on that if you want and stop watching the replay. But if people like want to see,
So
hey,
you want people
what
to
actually
just
happened
shut their eyes when the replay comes on?
yeah, if
Turn
you don't
away
like watching
now.
the replay in slow motion because the umpire can't do it, shut your eyes.
Okay. Charlie Morfez, shut your eyes.
We need Basil and Dennis to come on the TV and go, if you don't want to see the replay, look away now. Charlie Morfez. Message. Here we go. First time, long time for butts. Here we go.
Holy shit.
Probably something he could have Googled himself. Step-by-step guide to listen to YouTube with your phone locked.
Oh,
Here we go. 1. Tap the 3 vertical dots in the upper right-hand corner. 2. Tap the request desktop site option.
That's
That's
it.
the end of the email.
Two-step process for you,
You
Sam.
tried to make me pay for it.
Yeah.
I didn't make you. I just gave you an option.
No, you
SOB.
tried to make
No,
it.
you told me that's the way you do it. That's the only way. You were very explicit with that.
So
Wait.
Charlie says, tap the 3 right and then say desktop option and it won't turn off in your car.
My God, what a man. Thank
Very
you.
good, Charlie. Very
Charlie.
good. Let's keep moving. BackChat bets powered by BlueBet, our friends at BlueBet. Well, you know what? They're not our friends because we put together a milestone man bet, Sam, where we took 6 milestone men across the competition. We tallied their averages and we thought, we reckon these blokes can spit this out. We wanted 2 goals and 125 touches between Ollie Wines playing his 200th, Shane Edwards playing his 300th, Andrew Gaff playing his 250th, Tim Kelly playing his 100th, Joel Selwood playing his 350th, Tim Membry playing some sort of milestone, 150 maybe.
Yep.
125 touches, 2 goals, 6 blokes. You'd think they could kick 2 goals between them. Membry kicks a 1 goal 3. Edwards kicks a behind. Tim Kelly hand passes a ball 30 metres out, running on goal. No one between him and the goals. Someone just running along beside him. He just
Ryan.
decided to be a good bloke.
It was like, here you
Fair
have a
enough,
goal.
Tim. But good bloke. Have a ball. Not in my milestone game. Have the ball. Didn't get it done. 1 goal 4 between the 6.
Oh.
121 touches. Absolutely butchered it.
121. How was the bet?
You're not
125.
125.
They got less. They didn't get to
That's
120
correct.
between those 6 players.
You're not a big better. Can you give us we're just butchering this from pillar to post. We're trying to get people around it.
Yeah.
What would give us some non-factual betting insight that you would bet on? Give me something that give
Some non-factual
because
betting.
we're as in we're trying to put it on stuff that's going to win and we still can't do it. You give us something to bet on that is like out of your brain because you're not analytical.
Can you bet on anything? It can come out of my brain and you can bet on it.
With us, with BlueBet, we can literally say we want Sean Darcy to have 45 touches. What are the odds you can give us? And they'll make it for us.
Yeah,
Really?
Don't do that.
No,
Please
so I'm
don't do
saying what you could pick anything you want. Someone have 9 tackles.
Really?
Should we do something with Josh Kennedy in it, perhaps?
Josh Kennedy
Yes.
to do the two-handed
No.
celebration.
No.
The two-handed celebration
It's got to
3
be
times.
stat. It's got to be
It
stat.
has to be it can't be anything. you've
Andrew
seen in your
Gaff
life.
put his hands on his
No.
hips 18
You're not-
times.
you're not
You said
listening.
anything out of my brain.
No,
Okay.
Or I
Well,
am
you're
listening
taking it too
because
far.
you told me exactly what to do and I've done it.
it has to be statistical. It has to be things that happen.
Something that comes up in
There's
champion
things that happen.
data.
Ah, champion data.
Josh Kennedy
Josh Kennedy.
to kick. How many goals is? We'll put this in there. How many goals will Josh Kennedy kick in his final game if this is his final game?
5.
5 goals. You think he'll kick 5?
Adelaide
Adelaide.
are his bunnies. Name me one good Adelaide defender for the last 50 years other than Nathan Bassett and Nigel Smart.
Nathan Bock.
Bock,
The
please.
Boxster.
Bock.
I don't know if we can go JK for 5.
What about JK for 3?
But they'd be paying good.
Yeah,
you
I
got to
know.
shoot for the stars.
I know,
Guys.
So, okay, the last couple of weeks we've been going, let's try for a win.
So you
Yeah,
This-
that's
all
very
out?
vanilla.
This week,
You just want all
shoot
out?
for the stars.
Yeah.
Just Josh Kennedy 5 goals.
100%.
All right, let us know if you like that.
Bet the house on
Let
it.
us know. BackChat. If you're listening, just let us know if you want to get
Dean
around
Bradley
that.
Summer House for putting the house on it.
Thank you for BlueBet. They are looking after us nicely. Keep supporting them because they're supporting us. Don't get me started, Butsy.
Okay.
Don't get me started. Sam Butler.
Oh, me?
Don't
Yeah.
get me started.
Kick us off.
Well, I'm already happy with my white shorts thing because that actually has frustrated me for a long time, and I've been trying to get an answer from someone in my life. Why do we still wear white shorts? It's completely unnecessary, but it's just a tradition that we've kept with. But in that vein, is anyone across this whole Port Adelaide can't wear the prison bars thing.
So last year,
because somehow the Magpies are telling them they can't.
So last year they won a game. They all came into the rooms and they put the prison bar Guernseys on to sing the song. Last year
They changed.
Yeah,
Into
after the game.
No.
You don't know this?
No, I
after
did
the
not know
game,
that.
they came off the field, won the game, sung. They all had them ready, put them on, sung the song in the prison bar Guernseys.
I know what I read today, and what I read today was Collingwood Magpies don't let them wear their... Why is it up to them?
This has been going on for a long
Surely
time.
it's the AFL's decision.
This is Eddie Maguire's legacy.
Yeah, but why is it up to them? Why is it even in their hands to make the decision? The people that have the most skin in the game are making a decision whether Port Adelaide can do it. The AFL, that's your decision. And they only want it for showdowns from what I can read. How is that not allowed? Port Adelaide, for people that aren't from South Australia, they have a very famous club there, long tradition, passionate fans. It's beyond me how Collingwood Magpies
Isn't
are the
it
ones
their
making
brand?
a decision whether they can wear the colours or not.
Isn't it Magpies brand? And they were there
Well,
first.
they own stripes.
I'm just saying, like they're the
It's a,
black and
it's a national game, right?
they're the black and white stripes though. Like the Eagles saying, "Oh, we want to wear blue and white hoops," and Geelong being like, "Oh, well, we do that."
For a one-off game, with all the tradition that comes into it, not just for the fun
Yeah,
of
for
doing
one-off,
it,
yeah.
it should not be Collingwood's decision whether it happens or not.
The only again, devil's advocate. I actually agree with you, but devil's advocate would say, "Well, Collingwood's a huge brand, huge. It's like a copyright infringement, effectively. It's like Nike being like, oh, you can use the tick for it. Yeah, use it for a week. Yeah,
How does it devalue their brand though?
Oh, I don't know. Someone else is using it. It'd be the same as Nike, like someone hell famous putting a tick on everything. It doesn't devalue it, but it's also like just, okay, what, do you just get to use our tick? It's the same as the prison bar. I would say that's the argument.
Maybe
Why,
they could
what
run.
says they have more rights to it than Port Adelaide?
I don't know. They've been in the AFL longer. I don't know. I can't argue against that.
Perhaps
Is that
they
what-
could make a run at it now that Eddie's gone.
Who's that?
Well, Eddie's the one who's been
Well,
staunchly
apparently
fighting.
they've said no this year. And obviously Eddie doesn't think rationally sometimes at the best of times, but what I read today is they said no, you can't wear it. You can't wear it this year. It seems outrageous.
Don't get him started, Butsy and the
Reckon
prison
VFL
bar
is still
Guernseys.
going strong.
I think that's a good one. I like
Yeah,
that.
Hey, while we're on the VFL, I should save it to next week.
Save till next week.
Okay,
VFL,
If you're here.
don't get me started.
great.
If you're
Remind
here.
me next
Did you
week.
hear Dan?
Next time I'm here.
If you're here.
Next time I'm here.
Dan-
Next week I'm here. You didn't let me finish.
Shot across the bows by Dan. If you're here.
We'll see.
Little fantasy
Please.
update.
Okay.
Only 3 rounds to go. Andrew C. and the Common Men is on top. The Hot Guys team is in 25th.
Yep, jumped from 29.
Moving up. Josh Dunkley's just moved right up.
Mm-hmm.
After we sat down with him in Melbourne, he's a hot guy. I tell you that
I
right
got to
now.
check in, Kat. What rank is your team at the moment?
There's a little microphone over there. You can just.
I'm asking because I'm slowly dropping and I'm worried that Kat's going to beat me.
Kat, do you know what yours is?
Last time I checked, I think it was 139.
What are you?
I'm 142.
Oh no.
beating him. Yes, you are, Kat.
I've been trying really hard.
I know you have. Are you trying?
Yeah,
Kat?
I've been trading every week.
Very good.
I don't understand. Nah, it's. I think my team. There's something wrong with my team.
Is this like a fantasy?
Yeah, fantasy.
How good.
Fantasy sport. So we missed you for the start of the year.
Yeah.
We ran 2 grand final tickets for the winner of the fantasy comp. Now, it's been hijacked a little bit by some of the better players in the country that I believe they're in the BackChat league.
Oh.
The
Andrew C.
common man, he's like top 20 in the nation, I believe.
Yeah. Last week he was 29th in the country, so I couldn't find it for this week.
Wow.
But
Hey, good luck to you. 2 tickets to the grand final if you win. Cat's beating Dan. How fucking good is that? I'll tell you what, I'm very happy with that. Fines. Now, this is what we're talking about off the top of the desk. I will say, Sammy Coverley, the full name drop there.
Yeah,
Graphic
go
designer,
at him.
does all that stuff, does such great work. Took the gavel and the cricket ball to Melbourne. Has not returned either for 2 weeks. They've not been here for 2 weeks, and I'm actually pissed off about it.
Fine him.
Sam, $20 fine. Woof. Pissed off. Not happy.
Well, that's
So, fines brought to you by Dean Bradley, our man on the street, real estate mogul, Dean Bradley. He's your man. You want a property. You want to sell one. You want to do your thing. Dean Bradley's the man. He's sponsoring fines. Now, the reason he's sponsoring fines is the gavel. Auctioneer's gavel, fines gavel. We get it.
Like
Here
that.
we go.
But also, Dean is a man of the people, and he loves doing the community stuff. He works closely with schools. He works closely with charities here in the community. And so it makes sense for what we're doing with fines, which is raising money for Men's Talk, Sabre, and Soccer to Sarcoma, for Dean to get involved there. He has kindly and very, very generously decided to double the fines amount. He's matching every dollar we put to these charities. Dino's putting in another $1.
Legend.
So it's fined €1,000.
So, well, correct. Since we introduced
sense.
fines, the tally's up to $620.
Woo!
So it's now, I think it means it's $12.40.
Dean.
Is that right?
Yeah,
Gonna
man.
have to sell a few
Dino.
houses this month.
Yeah, Dino. No discounts for you, Dino. Now, okay, thank you very much, Dean Bradley, our man. If you want to get in touch with Dean, give us an email, hello@backchatpodcast.com.au. If you want to send us a fine, jump on the website, backchatpodcast.com.au. There is a little tab there for fines. That's where you can submit them. Jump on the website. Sam, if that's not too hard. Nick Lowry. Now, this is a bit of a lengthy one. It's worth it, though. Hi, BackChat team. Long-time listener, including OG BackChat with Butsy and Thumper. I will... Yeah, okay. Yeah, very good.
Respect.
Excluding whatever the fuck Squawk Talk was.
As you should.
First-time sender. A former fines master myself, this is a segment of the show I have come to thoroughly enjoy and hope to make a contribution to. I will admit, however, that I'm not also a former AFL player, and I was just the fines master of an accounting firm.
Good. Like
That's
that.
outstanding.
good.
That's better. Way better.
Missed the decimal point, €1,000.
Recipient, Will Schofield, value $10, asterisk.
Oh.
So I'll get to the asterisks in a little bit. The reason, what I can only imagine was a disgusting amount of DM sliding ahead of the Melbourne trip in order to secure a special pod guest. So the
Shameful.
asterisk, the value of the fine is subject to a discount equal to Scully's success rate, and the discount is only allowed, this is from an accountant, of course it fucking is, the discount is only allowed if the total quantity of DMs sent or any other form of communication, including but not limited to phone calls, text messages, Teams messages, emails, etc., and the success rate are disclosed on air. Can you break that down for me, Dan, while I read the rest of it? What do I actually have to do? For example, okay, here we go.
How many people said no to you? That's what he wants to know.
If
Name them all.
Will contacted 30 people in
Yeah.
total and 10 accepted and are on the pod, the success rate is 33%. And the value of the fine is $10. He's then broken it down. 33.3% times 10 equals $6.67. If it turns out Will is actually a good bloke and 25 people accepted are on the pod, the success rate is 83.3% and the value of the fine is $10. Take 83.3% times 10 equals $1.67. So the more success I have,
You rolled at about a 10% success rate. You're getting a $9 fine. That's what he's saying.
should you have any queries, please do not hesitate to contact me. Kind regards, Nick Lowry.
It's a great question. How many people did you contact and got a stern no from?
Stern no. Chris Judd was a no.
Yeah.
I'm happy to say that.
Yeah.
You put me onto him.
He's a smart man.
He said no. I don't like talking about
You knew that
myself.
would be a
I
no.
worded him up too. Said, hey, this is coming. Decline.
Yeah, Chris Judd was a no. Had a couple of people that pulled out within 12 hours of us recording, which I was disappointed in, and I'm not going to name them because I'd like to have
Are
them
they
on the
dead to you
pod.
now? Oh, no, you're still going back there.
We're going to get them. We're
Yeah,
gonna
I
get
was disappointed though in that.
Name names.
How many? How many did I? I reckon I was probably around 50%.
50%.
Yeah, and I reckon I probably
$5
was
fine.
working 20 to 25 people, and we got 10.
Okay.
Yeah,
I think that's pretty good. Right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, answer me this.
I'll name a couple.
Of that 50%
Yes.
that you got, was the other 50% better names? Did you get the worst 50%? That's what I'm asking.
So one that springs to mind that just
Chris Judd is
stopped
obviously better
I
than
was
anyone
talking
you've
to, and then stopped talking to me. Brian Lake from the Western Bulldogs and Hawthorn.
Really?
Just stopped talking to me. Just halfway through a conversation, just stopped replying to me.
Yeah.
Not
He
a phone call.
thought
just
you
a
were
text.
Gareth Schofield.
Yeah, I really did want Kane Corns badly, but
that'd be good.
he was one of the puller outers.
Oh, so you had correspondence with him.
Yeah. I'll actually say
Legitimate
I'm
excuse?
actually probably under talking myself. I reckon my success rate was pretty high.
Really?
Yeah, it was higher than I probably said. I can't think of too many more that said no or didn't get back to me.
Oh.
Probably contacted 16 and got 10.
Okay. What percentage is that?
I don't know. That's what the accountant's here. So the email comes in a few days later from Nick Lowry. He continues, "Hi, BackChat team. Please find below proof of payment for the fine to myself just submitted on the website, i.e. correctly. Really, I am just a massive flog and I'm giving myself credit for donating to
We already
Men's
knew that,
Talk.
mate.
Big fan of the cause. So don't need to mention this." Oh, sorry.
Doing it anyway.
Sorry, mate. I'm really sorry. You're a flog. Yeah, how's that sound, Nick? You're a massive flog.
So I'd say about 30%, I reckon.
The fine to Scully below does still stand despite being submitted incorrectly, so they're just following up on that. So he sent through $50 donation to Men's Talk.
What a
Legend.
man.
Bit of a round of applause there.
Yeah.
A little.
Great work.
Very good.
Great work.
Nick continues, and this is the fine that should have been sitting above that. He said $50. Sending a fine to you, you send it, we read it, email address, instead of through the website like an absolute spud. Please refer to my email, the one we just read, Scully almost, as well as the 26th of July for being paid. Nick,
Done.
outstanding stuff.
Yeah.
Reddit
I wanna work
boy.
at that account.
Reddit boy finds himself $2. Fine €2.
Ooh.
Fine €2 for being one of the small handful of dedicated Reddit fans and then missing your AMA session. Total fuck stick. He's talking about himself here, Sam.
Yeah,
Don't look at me like that. Reason being is I'm in Italy at the moment and forgot, hence the euros. Additional $2 for being a twat and bragging about being in Italy. Really good.
So it's $2.92.
Good self-awareness, guy.
That's
Really good.
Yeah.
Bo P writes in $2 fine for the family behind me at Macca's. Oh, I was going to say, I swear we read this last week, but this is an updated. Hi, lads. The Macca's fine from last week reminded me of a shocker I had recently at Macca's. Finished work, decided to swing through the drive-thru and grab an iced chocolate. What?
Sure.
You know you didn't.
Iced chocolate?
Don't lie to me like that.
Got to
bro.
fill it a
Is that
fish.
chocolate milkshake?
I get to the window, was advised by the young lady the person in front of me had paid for my order, winning. She then asked if I'd like to pay it forward and pay for the car behind me. Sure, why not? She holds out the machine and proceeds
Family
to
meal.
tell me their order, a total of $37.25.
Ooh.
I channeled my inner Dan Const and paid for the meal
Yeah,
with
very
a
good.
smile because let's be honest, that's what he would do. I enjoyed my $30 iced chocolate on the way home. Guaranteed there was some filet fishes in the car behind me.
Would you do that?
Nah.
That's
You wouldn't do it?
$32. I couldn't.
We've already established you're a different man in the car. You turn
I've
into
been
some
I've
kind
been
of
a psychopath.
some kind of Jekyll and Hyde
Serial
situation.
killer.
If Mr. Hyde comes out, you're in the car. You would have beeped him and said, "What are you buying that much food for?"
$32.
Okay, we continue on. Blake finds $7 for everyone asking on social media how they like their eggs. Grow up, mate.
Yeah, good like that.
Very good. Harold Hunt.
Harold Hunt. Is that Helen Hunt's husband?
No, Harold Hunt's from Neighbours.
Is that Harold?
Harold Holt.
Is that- no, Harold Holt's the Prime Minister. Harold Hunt. Is that his last name?
Harold.
Are you just saying because it's called Harold?
60-cent fine to Alfred Morrows. My friend Alfred
Harold
is
Bishop.
continually... Yeah, you've just made that up. Harold Bishop. My friend Alfred is continually fining you boys for scratching BlueBet's back and putting up dud multis. Well, I was at his house the other day and saw a BlueBet prospectus on his kitchen bench. Alfred the fraud is BlueBet's side after all, so I'm fining him BlueBet's share price.
What is it?
Great.
60
60
cents.
cents, apparently.
60 cents apparently.
Should buy some.
Alfred
going up.
Morris fines Harold Hunt $2 straight after. Hi, BackChat team. I'm finding a friend of mine who is also an avid listener of the show, Harold Hunt. Why do I think these people are made up?
Is this
They are.
we send it, you read it?
No, this is
It's
fine.
fine.
We'll start going through them and cutting out the ones that don't make sense.
Okay, thank you. When Harold comes over to my place to watch the footy and sink a few shelters, I often find it very good, Harold. I often find him snooping around in my personal documents. The other week he told me he was going to use my bathroom, and instead I found him in my home office going through my various files. When I confronted him, he said he had mistakenly taken a wrong turn on the way to the bathroom. I'm not sure what else to do other than fine him. $2 fine.
That's actually very good.
It's very good. Yes, I actually am culling them on the way.
Okay, good.
Just so you know. $5
So you're
fine.
taking money away from the charities by culling them.
Oh,
That's bad bloke stuff.
You're a dickhead,
That's
mate.
bad bloke.
You've just
Wow,
told
I was
me to
joking.
cull him.
Wow.
You've just told me to cull. Wait, you just deleted something. Why'd you
Oh,
delete that?
no, I didn't mean to do that. Sorry.
You literally just deleted it.
Yeah, no, I didn't mean to. Sorry, keep reading it.
damn.
It's about
I
him.
got-
If this is about Dan, if this is a fine for
No,
Dan,
it's not.
No, this is Philip White tiling,
Yeah, no.
$5 for 4 stitches in your
White
finger.
tiling.
What'd you-
And he sent photos.
Mate,
too.
this is white tiling.
no way.
This is white tiling,
Under
mate.
his normal alias
No,
too.
Philip White.
Philip White.
His name's Philip White.
We went Philip Black tiling for a while. What a man.
This
He's
is
added.
him.
He's also added underscores to his username. I
Easier,
think.
easier. Philip White's, yeah. Josh Gilby, a fine. All of you that came to Melbourne, fine per person, $5. So that would be $5 each for the 4 of us were there. Telling us to keep an eye on socials for beers with BackChat in Melbourne, but nothing eventuating. Then going ahead and rubbing it in with a story about having a beers with Richo. Absolute robbery.
Lies.
Look, I always say you can't challenge fines unless they're incorrect. We put 2 stories up 2 nights in a row, beers with BackChat on Instagram.
Yep.
And we were there.
In Melbourne.
And we were there.
Absolutely.
So Philip White tiling is from Melbourne.
No, that was Josh Gilby. You weren't listening.
Okay.
Leith Mainstone, $2 fine. Whoever does the BackChat website. Oh, boy. When you click, you send it, we read it. The best, worst mascot entry page, it says, thank you, your fine will be assessed by the fines master. One job. Seriously. Fair enough. Great way to finish that. Actually, you know what? Pesky Turtle fines Dan Const $5. He eats his meat pies weird.
How do you
Pesky turtle sounds made up, to be honest.
That's it.
No,
that's
that's our
done.
name, mate.
This has been a
You
big
don't know.
podcast. It's been good. Have you had fun again, Sam?
I have had fun. Is it over already?
And you look very good in our merch, by the way.
Feel
The
good.
merch, backchatpodcast.com.au/merch for your BackChat hoodies. They're not hoodies at all. They're hoodless hoodies.
Yep.
The BackChat Backman range. You can find the T-shirts. You can find jumpers, flag mantle. Don't jump off the flag mantle train, by the way, because we have far too many jumpers out the back to sell if we're going
Yeah.
to jump off that flag mantle bandwagon.
You just adapt to what flag you're talking about.
Yes.
You know, flag bearers. Get the flag in, that, what's that?
Capture the flag.
Capture the flag. That kind of, it's adaptable.
Okay.
In this
Or
one.
you could just say like 2023, 2024, 2025.
Or that. That
It's
makes way more
forever.
sense.
It's
Good call.
forever.
Good call.
These jumpers are forever. Find us on socials, BackChat_, or you can find all of our good stuff, backchatpodcast.com.au. Big thanks to all of our sponsors, Whippersnapper, Shelter, BlueBet, Margaret River Roasting Co., Leaderville Cameras, and the big man, Dean Bradley. He's on board. Thank you, Dano. Good man. Thanks to our patrons. Thanks to everyone else. I'm sure you saw us at Reddit over the last week or so. That was heaps of fun. And bye-bye.